Welcome. How are you doing? I'm going to start today with an obvious statement, although not so light, so that we can illuminate this moment. Losing someone, something, is probably the hardest thing to deal with in this reality. It's a wave so strong that it can make us get lost for a while. With this recognition, I want to share with you what I observed in these moments. However, I will start by talking about something that I noticed later, after I had come to terms with the sadness of loss. For some reason, I deeply believed that those gurus, spiritual teachers, those slightly more enlightened people, didn't feel that way. Somewhere in my mind, perhaps because many of them choose to live far from their family, in solitude, I had this silent belief that those people do not have these experiences and that they talk about these moments of loss through study or reflection, but not from experience. It was a false belief I had. I never understood why. So if you think I am and I learn directly from these people, sorry, but not, dear reader. I am an enthusiastic life experimenter. Well, I want to talk about some aspects that we should probably work on, improvements that we should make to live in these moments, and some other aspects of this. Let's talk about the first thing I noticed. We have a moment of shock and inner silence when this happens. If you normally feel, in silence and when meditating, an internal happiness that seems to have no reason to be there, it is, to say the least, strange to find yourself in mental silence in these moments and not feel it. It's easy to watch the mind trying to find reasons to understand the feeling. The second observation, consequently, is excessive thoughts. Negative thoughts like, I didn't spend much time with this person. I will never see that again. I should have done more of this or that. It was so young, so short. I will never feel this or that again. When you lose a situation or person, thoughts such as, how much time was I wasted with this person or job? How stupid was I to believe this or that? I'm not lucky. There are thoughts that can surprise us with their darkness and weight. And how can we breathe with this on our minds at a time when we can't rationalize about being present, aware, practicing this or that? My first step to living these experiences with less pain is to think good thoughts. Not letting you believe that you are these thoughts. Let's use an analogy here. Disney, as a company, may encounter problems every day to solve, but the company is not the problem. You may have dark thoughts, you are not them. They appear to indicate how dark it is inside at that moment, or something you should observe and heal from within. You may own a car, it may be part of your life, but it is not you in essence, it is not what some call your greater self. Secondly, think about the main aspects of the situation. If you have lost a partner in this reality, such as a breakup, you are dealing primarily with emotional aspects. There may be spiritual learning, material goods to share and deal with, but the main aspect is usually the emotional one. To begin, think about the positive aspects of this season. I will have the freedom to do this or that thing that the person didn't like to do. I will have space to feel new emotions. I will have the openness to feel those good, new relationship feelings again. Furthermore, I will have time to spend with myself to practice self-love. If you were having a lot of angry moments, I will have less anger, and I can step back now and understand why I felt that way. And that brings me to a thought, which leads me to write this post. When we lose someone to another reality, and here I believe you agree with the idea of the other life, of spiritual existence, it is easy to put ourselves in the middle of the stage, because I am the one who will never feel the hug, the love, the person's gaze, again. I will never be with the person again, I. So, this thought came to me, have you ever thought that this person may have left energy, spirits, people they love on another plane to live here temporarily? And that now, returning to the spiritual arms of loved ones, you can, even though you also miss them, meet again after a long journey to this plane, these beings who were also lost for a long time, where the person you lost came to be here with you as your son, mother, grandmother, friend, partner. From what I read in documents from religions that believe in another life and theoretically have contact with beings from other planes, we live in communities, we study, we choose to help other beings, planes, we practice what we study, choosing to be born in this reality and possibly in others. And if we agree that this reality of life after death exists, even if it doesn't, then we agree that there is something to return to, something to love and live for after we disembody. However, we focus on this person's life, forgetting that we ourselves learned about spirituality, and it must be lived fully, and not just as a matter of knowledge. And observing, looking at the picture from afar, and understanding the bigger picture can help us breathe. It will hurt, and we will miss the person, but the feeling becomes sweeter. I believe we lack words to explain this feeling that you will encounter. It will be like saying goodbye to someone we love very much and who will be living in a place without contact for a while. We will miss it, but we know that soon we will meet again, and at that moment the person will be happy living their own experiences of existence. Reflection brought me, in a moment of many whys, the general panorama. The sense of ease that came with it made me think it was part of the greater truth. Even if I do not rely on the beliefs and ideas of religion to live this experience, and only trust my self-tests with an open mind that even my perceptions have errors and are not completely connected with the truth. In moments like this, when the spiritual aspects are centered, I must question myself and see the situation through the beliefs that seem most plausible to me. And this inner intelligence taught me how to deal with losses. I wonder what you see in these moments and how you get through or deal with them. I see Velho,